Hey YouTube, this is John Landry, the Audiophile Pragmatist, and I was coming to you today for a new speaker review. And I'm going to blow this up a little bit. I'm trying to do this on my iPad this time so I can play my digital music through a Peachtree while I'm talking to you and playing the music at the same time, which is apparently not doable if you're using the phone for music at the same while you're doing that. So, without further ado, sorry for the mess and this business here. I had to get the right angle. So these are the Pioneer. They're not the HPM series. They're like a precursor to the HPM series. You'll notice that there is a horn tweeter, horn mid-range, and of course a 12-inch woofer. I learned that the FB on these woofers, some of you see don't have the FB. I don't know why, but FB means free bass. Supposedly some kind of configuration. I'm not quite sure what the deal is. I guess it's because they have a big port. That's nothing new, certainly, but Pioneer, maybe acoustic speakers were more popular back in the day. That could be acoustic suspension speakers, which are sealed boxes. And this was a different venture for them. I don't know. Just guessing there. Anyway, so these are the CS-R700, CS-R700s. They're not very common, and the speaker grills are super ugly. To say the least. One of them, they got a two-tone speaker grill at the top. The part of the bottom is like I don't know, like a chestnut color, and the top part is dark brown, or vice versa. I don't remember. They're in the garage. I'm going to redo that unless somebody says they want them original. I was thinking about an off-white, monocolor off-white or something to redo that with. Or, let me just leave the covers off, leave the speaker grills off, and be happy with it. And oh, by the way, in the background, you'll see my recent acquisition here. I've got them all fixed. Those are the Sonus Faber grand pianos, right? Piano black, real lacquer, not plastic covered, and the leather bound, and they have SCAS drivers, Danish, I believe, and very nice sounding. But they're not rock and roll speakers, right? They're not dynamic. And way back there, you can't hardly see over my clips. Those are my Forte ones, which are excellent with the single-ended tube amp. But we're not here to talk about that today. We're here to talk about the Pioneer CS-R700s. But as a teaser, right, if you look over here, I have a new acquisition, and over there, and that is a pair of Cantons, which are a German speaker, and those will be reviewed. I'm just starting to clean them up and fix the little nitnoid things that are wrong with them, but we'll have those up probably in a week. We'll do a review on those. But so these Pioneer speakers, obviously from the late 70s, and I think, no, actually, when I looked it up, it was 74, 75, 76. I think it was 3 years. And that's it. So it's mid-70s. And so following this CS 99s and 77s and 88s, and these were the next step before the HPMs came out. And quite honestly, I'm thinking the HPMs, somehow Pioneer lost their way. A lot of you lovers of HPM 100s and HPM 200s, HPM 700s, HPM 900s, HPM 1100s, I've heard them all. And they're just not that impressive. I think these are a much better speaker, and yet they can be had for less money, which is how things go until people figure it out, right? So here we are, we're figuring it out. So I want to play some songs for you. I'm going to start out with like a like a spin-off of, this guy is a Christian artist. His name is Torrin Wells. He's he is affiliated with Stephen Furtick, the Elevation Church. But he's like, he got a Michael Jackson vibe too. I thought it was great. So a lot of bass. So here, and these speakers are good at that. They're super punchy. So here we go. First song. No tone controls are on. This is flat.
Y'all ready? All these conversations filled with doubt. We dismiss what we can't figure out. Oh, why? I don't have to see to believe in it. I know that it's true, 'cause I'm feeling it. I don't need the one to agree with it. No, there's just too much proof in my life. Lord, I know it's you, and every mountain that you move. Oh, I love the way that you do the things you do. No one can deny what I've seen with my own eyes. So I thank you for every miracle. You keep coming through time after time. Yeah, you do. Showing off the wonders you designed. Blows my mind, y'all. I don't have to see to believe in it. I know that it's true, 'cause I'm feeling it. I don't need no one to agree with it. There's just too much proof in my life. Oh, I know it's you, and every mountain.
Okay, let's move on to something else. If I can get it to do that. All right. And my phone is just not cooperating here. All right. Let's go to Lauren Daigle.
I've been a winding road, oh, I know you know. Sometimes a stranger in my home. Keep going back and forth through the open door. I'm still learning to be still. This girl ain't going anywhere. This girl ain't going anywhere. I can promise you this, now I know for sure. This girl ain't going anywhere. I'm from miles and lost out of where you are. But you see me all along. Baby, I'm the last to know when I'm gone.
Okay. A little bit of close mic vocal jazz there from a good singer. All right. What do we want to do now? How about little Kathy Ryan?
If I had wings like Noah's dove, I'd fly across the river to the one I love. Fare thee well, my honey, fare thee well. I loved a man, was long and tall. He moved his body like a cannonball. Fare thee well, my honey, fare thee well. Late last night in the pouring rain, around my heart.
All right, very nice. Real forward vocals with no sibilants. The horns are not irritating at all. This is a solid state amplifier, the Peachtree, but it's really nice. How about Ed Sheeran Perfect? Huh? Let's do that one. You guys know that. Maybe.
I found a love for me.
Wow, a lot of detail in the vocal.
Darling, just dive right in and follow my lead. Well, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Well, I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass. We're listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it. Darling, you look perfect tonight.
All right. My impression is this is Klipsch Heresy without the, well, maybe the new Klipsch Heresy, but the old Klipsch Heresy without the honky hornness, right? That's Klipsch meets Pioneer. All right. It's kind of cool. Lyle love it. Pretty convincing piano.
Sunday morning, the cold is on. That great cat's still yawning because Saturday is gone. And I still feel the feeling of how you felt upon me. And it may be no big deal to you, but it's a very big deal to me. You were down and dirty.
That's funny. I just heard something in that music I hadn't heard before. There was like a, almost like one of those things you swing. It's like it goes click, spinning barrel, old toys. Anyway, maybe you know what I'm talking about. Probably don't. I probably don't know what I'm talking about. All right. From the Deadpool. This is a great song for bass. It's a Celine Dion song. from the movie Deadpool 2, called Ashes. I like it.
What's left to say? These prayers aren't working anymore. Every word shut down in flames. What's left to do with these broken pieces on the floor? I'm losing my voice, calling on you. 'Cause I've been shaking, I've been bending backwards till I'm broke, watching all these dreams go up in smoke. Let beauty come out of ashes. Let beauty come out of ashes. And when I pray to God, can beauty come out of ashes? Can you use these tears to put out the fires in my soul? 'Cause I need you here. Whoa, 'cause I've been shaking, I've been bending backwards till I'm broke, watching all these dreams go up in smoke. Let beauty come out of ashes. Let beauty come out of ashes.
Okay, that'll do it for the music for this listening session for these speakers. I really like them. Like I say, it's Klipsch meets Pioneer. I will say that the bass is punchier than a Klipsch. And as compared to if you go back and watch the video review I did in the spare bedroom over there of the realistic Mach 1s, these are definitely more refined, but they don't have the slam of that 15-inch woofer, which is probably not accurate anyway. But over accentuating, the bass that was popular back in the 70s and 80s, as you can imagine. But anyhow, so yeah, that's it. Let me get a little close up here and let you see the speakers themselves. Oh, actually, I did that before in another video, but we'll do it again if you haven't seen them. So yeah, that's them. And the wood is great. And I don't know if they came with, I can't remember if I did this or not, but these, I rebuilt the crossover, so you can't see this at all, can you? Anyway, so I'm not sure if they came with 5-way binding posts, but I put them in there now. They look new, so I think I did it. Yeah, I know I did. So they've been modified with 5-way binding posts, and also all the caps in there are new. There's no sense in replacing chokes or the coils that are in there. Those are coils of wire, they don't go bad. So it's very difficult to get the correct values. In fact, it's even difficult to get the correct values for the capacitors. I couldn't find the exact matches for the capacitors for these either. Although I got pretty close, and pretty close is good enough. Like when I say pretty close, I combined some so that we got within like 1 microfarad. And that's well within the tolerance of the capacitor. Capacitor is usually between 5 and 10% tolerance anyway. So yeah, it's all good. And so next up, you'll be hearing these cantons, which, by the way, those are the bases. The bases, what's the Pioneer's sitting on right now, that's the base for the cantons. So they'll look nice up there. I still haven't got to my dipole project. So all that equipment over there and those speakers, that one and that one. What I mean by dipoles is these, right? They're open baffle dipole speakers. There's no box at all. Everything is open. And that's kind of, there's a lot of people doing that now. And a lot of very expensive speakers out there and in the $6,000-7,000 range. And that's what apparently these would be if I hadn't built them myself. So anyway, actually I didn't build these to be, these were built by somebody else. I just finished the project. Let's see, anything else? So anyway, if you like the speakers, they're going to go on sale at Marketplace if you want to look for them, or you can just, hit me up in the chat if you're interested. Kind of a rare speaker. I should have brought up the grills, but they're to me, they're hideous. Some people like them. But you can look them up online. There's pictures of them out there. But I'm really leaning towards changing them and make an off-white grill. I think would offset the dark walnut really well. Anyway, you got any comments? Leave them in the chat. If you like the speakers, leave them in the chat. If you listen to the Radio Shack speakers yesterday, the realistic Mach 1s, if you listen to that previous video and you listen to this one, it's a different room, so it's not going to be perfect, but if give me your comments as a comparison. They're the same era, right? Late 70s, mid-late 70s, but I think this speaker here was I guess they were about $500 when they were new, and that was a lot of money in that day. And the realistic speakers were somewhat less, I think 300 or something like that, 299 or 350. So, you guys can look that up. I don't need to know it. But anyway, made in Japan, and mentioned that. So let me know what you think. All right, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.